Alrighty, guys. I don't know. It's dark out. It's probably 6 o'clock or so. Um, got a little bit of rest. I feel, I don't know, a little better. I still feel like I ain't got no dang energy, and I need to get rolling on this 395. So it's been a while since I've done a muffler mod video. I got my prescription sunglasses out here so we can do this. Got a piece of 1-inch tubing that I cut down and deburred, and I just thought of something here. I need to get that rubber piece out of there so I don't nuclear melt that down. So, see if I can get that. Do it. Yep, got it out without ripping it. Must be a pretty good piece of rubber because this exhaust gets hot anyway. But what I'm thinking, I get asked all the time on how I do muffler mods. There's a lot of different ways you guys can do it. I've got a MIG welder. I've MIG welded them. I've got a TIG welder. You can TIG weld them in. You can TIG braze them in. I'm just going to do it old school with the brass, the yellow brass brazing rod that's got the flux on it. You don't have to have it. You can use a normal brazing rod that don't have any flux like these. You just have to heat it up and dip the rod in the flux as you're using it. But I think I do my muffler mods for flow. Unless somebody requests a little bit quieter muffler, is the only time I will tuck a pipe inside. I flush mount all my pipes, just like I flush mount if I'm doing a deflector like this. Now I've already folded this down and lifted these up, and I'm not even gonna dink with the factory outlet there. I'm just gonna put me a new one right here and call it good. I did talk to two other loggers that know this logger, and I'm worried. They confirmed my worst fears. The guy's hard on stuff, and I guess he is well known for not sharpening his chains. So, yeah. So this one's out. This one's just about out. See, I got about 40 pounds in this one on my acetylene. And this is just an old beat up torch. If I had the shop better set up, I'd probably just use the TIG welder. But whether the expense is in oxygen and acetylene or argon and electricity, I think the expense, I gotta purge the air out because I got a little bit of leaks, but I think the expense is about the same. But I'm more familiar with doing hand brazing, and as my old shop instructor would say, don't use a sparker, not a lighter. My sparker's out of flints. Always got a lighter floating around. This is a risk, especially if you put it in your pocket and you got hot weld coming back in. I have had a welder a lighter pop and explode on me before, but it's a risk that I am prepared to take. I don't recommend it for anybody else. I backed this out till I got light smoke. There you can see the airs purging out where I'm getting actual real oxygen now. And you can rough these up. They're not really structural, so I don't rough the texture up. I'll just no, my pipe is thicker than the base metal, so I'll concentrate on the pipe a little bit. Yeah, I don't recommend using sunglasses. I can't see worth the snot out of my welding goggles, so I just use sunglasses and look at the spots for 20 minutes or so after. This 395 is a little thicker than a 4910. We're heating up about the same. Get that good hot. I'll come in here. I'll tack a spot down so now I don't have to worry about moving it. If you're wondering what this spot is here, I don't like to throw anything away, so I heated, when this one got too short to hang on to, I heated it up and melted it back together. Why waste it? I find it's far easier to attach this and then bore the hole through it. Tack there, come around here. I'm not the best brazier in the world. There's other people that do. You'll see it flow in. I think this muffler was furnace brazed together anyway. A little hole right there. Flowing together and merging, and there's no sense in putting more in it. I think my tip is dirty. I think it's been quite a while since I've done a muffler mod video. I should have safety glasses on because sometimes as it's cooling down it can pop shit in your eyes. I think I got it. Junk leak, so I always have to turn them off right away. And yeah, I'm just gonna let that cool down, so I'm gonna pause you guys. Alrighty, it's cooled down. I had to let the compressor catch up. Now normally I would drill a hole, but this is on an angle. My drill bit's probably gonna skate. So we're just gonna bore a hole through with the grinder. Use a pair of gloves and this if It helps cut down on little shavings. I gotta find my safety glasses. I got a pair of prescription safety glasses somewhere too. I can't seem to find, but good thing I'm nearsighted, so I can see good up close with no glasses at all. Can't see worth the shit far away. This already got the right bit in it. So what I'm going to do is come in here. You do your best to try to not let it jump. These are the 1/8 inch shank cheapy eBay ones there, and if they chatter, jump, or whatever, you'll have a wobbling bit in no time. I like to use them for muffler mods, so I'm not wasting my good bits. Because I mean, even if you can straighten it back out and live with the wobble for just doing a muffler mod. Muffler's kind of big. Drilling a hole cuts down on a lot of the grinding, but we're on an angle. I don't think my bit would have done it before. Now there's a welt seam here on the tube I like to take off too. And then sometimes I'll take this and try to get that flux off. The best way to get that off is to actually sandblast it, but I don't feel like introducing any sand in there that I gotta try to clean out. It's gonna be hard enough to get all the metal out. If it was a two-piece muffler, I'd probably blast it. And then for the next step, this and the air hose. Compressor just pumped up, so hopefully it won't. It hurts when one comes off and wind dicks you. Feels like that one's stuck in me. I'm pretty happy with that. So next, grab the right tool for the job. Used 80 grit. Make sure that's fine. Harder to do with gloves. I gotta brake clean this thing out. Lucky this saw wasn't run. He wasn't kidding when he said it was new. Otherwise, sometimes there's a film of two-stroke oil in there that the metal particles will get in. But I don't see any fragments. Sometimes I'll knock them around and see if anything jumps loose. A few did. You want all that out of there, otherwise it'll suck back in and Make a bad day for your pork job. I see a deflector. If I was going all out, I'd probably cut that thing out of there. But all right, now set you guys over there. I zoomed you in a little bit. This time of year, it's great to have a wood stove going. We're gonna let that warm up a minute. About right there. We use a lot of this high heat. Brazing barbecue grill paint. I only burnt this side of it, so I don't think there's no need to paint the whole entire muffler. Gonna let that dry. I'll bring you back when I'm ready to put it on. Alrighty, that's off the stove. I think it's warm enough to cool down enough where I can manipulate it around. I did take the dog off because it kind of going to interfere with things. I had to loosen the dog up to get it off, and I do not want to scratch it up. I will let him scratch it up. Won't be able to fire this tonight. It's going to have to sit overnight. Pull the top cover. Didn't think that one through, did I? I got ahead of myself on that one. I just had that little tiny torch with it. You know, I wonder if I can just loosen it up enough to lift it up. Oh, old air filter. Intake boot and the air filter is a little tiny Torx on those Brazilian models. I think the old school one was just a straight screwdriver. Or a Phillips, I can't remember. No, it wasn't Torx in the... Okay. I think these were supposed to be a one-time use nut. They come off very, very, very hard. I'm going to put just a little drop a two-stroke oil. They're split nuts, so when you tighten them down, they bind up on the threads. way. Now there's 2 holes down here. I think that's for an extra spring. I didn't have nothing there. I didn't take nothing off it. Oh, that, open the door. That wood stove is cranking out some heat now. These things are pretty tight. To begin with. Starting to spit snow again. Alright. Let's take the dog back on. Definitely want these tight because he's going to be using the snot piss out of him running his double chain. Doesn't even sound great saying it. Just popped off. Even though I didn't attack this as hard, I did have to notch this hole out here a little bit so that compression release would work. There it is, guys. Dig out a barn chain. Got a spline curve adjustment. This one's got one tang on it. It seems to grab it. I can't find the actual one for it, but it feels like I can twist and move the screws, so that's what I'm going to have to tune it with. So set this side here. I still got to run this 500i. And I believe this guy's shipping me a few more saws. I haven't seen them yet. So then we might hold off on that 500i until I get the rest of the saws. But I think I'm going to clean this off. I think I'm going to call this a video here. Like, comment, subscribe, hype, do what you can. My channel seems to be suffering lately. Must be I put out crummy content or something. Or torqued off the YouTube algorithm or something. I don't know. Even my shorts they're not doing good. But So I think I'm gonna could start on that 4910 that I got sitting on the kitchen table. Got a 660 that came in before that. That one I'm gonna try to pour a little sauce to. He's gonna buck with it, but he wants it a toy. It's actually in really, really good shape. It's right down there. He drilled a bunch of holes in the. It's not the original air filter cover to it. He found that saw. It's like one of the cleanest used 660s I've seen. He found it on Marketplace. The guy said he bought it like 15 years ago or whatever, and then didn't use it much. And my buddy bought it for $1,000, and he wants it done up. So he thought he could do an air filter mod to it and get it to hang with the ported 500 eyes that I did for him. And he come back and handed me the saw and said that saw ain't even close to touching the 500 eyes. So he said pour it to it. So, but I think what I'm gonna do is because I've got everything for the 2149. I think that's what I'm gonna do for the next video. But you guys take it easy and have a good one.